All right, I'm going to talk about the last three analysis questions on the to speed or not to speed. The odd ones that say use units to demonstrate the formula. So looking at the one for speed. Speed is distance divided by time. This one's actually a fairly obvious one because if you choose a reasonable unit for distance, like maybe a meter, and then you divide it by a time unit like seconds, well, oddly enough, a meter divided by a second is going to give you the unit meter per second. The next one, distance is speed times time. All right, we've got distance is speed times time. Let's come up with a reasonable speed. Let's do something like miles over hours. And then I'm going to multiply it by a time unit. And let's do hours. And I'm going to put it over 1 so you can see something interesting happening. Hey, the unit hour divided by an hour is going to cancel off, and that's how you get the unit miles, and that would be a reasonable distance. So you can see that units are going to cancel out, and you'll be left with a final unit after you do all the math with it. The next one, time is distance divided by speed. Time being distance divided by speed. Well, if we take something like meters, and then divide it by a meter per second, it kind of looks like meters are going to cancel out, but really that's not what is going to happen, because if they just cancel out like that, you're left with per second, unless you do a little bit of math trickery. So let's do just a little bit of math trickery. Let's take meters and put it over 1. And then instead of dividing by meters per second, we can multiply by the reciprocal of meters per second. So we're going to multiply meters over 1 by seconds over meters. Oddly enough, you see that meters are going to cancel, and then you're left with the unit seconds. So in that case, it does illustrate the fact that time is indeed distance divided by speed, because, yeah, the unit meters is going to cancel out, but the way to really see it is to multiply by the reciprocal. So that's what all those questions are trying to demonstrate, is the fact that units are not just something that you put on at the end of an equation, but instead they're actually things that when you do the math properly, they're going to show the proper unit. That's all I got for you. See you next time.